Okay, today we're going to take a look at the Exceed RC Rocket Series motors, and these can be purchased through HobbyPartz and X-Heli and Nitroplanes. And packaging looks good. It's not just a little bag like you get from Hobby King. It's actually a nice little box. And let's see what we have here. We have the motor, and we have a bag of parts. And let's see what the parts are. And see what we have here. We have a nice selection. Of course, we have bullet connectors for your ESC and shrink wrap. We have a bolt-on prop adapter, which is probably what I will be using on these. It looks like it fits pretty good. And then we have a collet style prop adapter, which will fit on the shaft. And those are pretty damn beefy. And I'm just wondering something. I'll grab a bag of my trusted props here. And I'm just curious. Yep. Will not need a spacer. I can still put one in there, but it is, as you can tell, it is the exact same size as the top ring. So you can put a spacer in there, which I will do on them, but you really don't have to, because it's not like it's they're too prop adapters are too small for the props. I will get them together and get them on that quad here in a little bit, and I may not fly today, but I'm at least going to get some runs in and see what they do. Anyway, stand by for the second part of this video. Well, as you can see, I'm running them in on the frame, and they did require a little bit of modification, and that's why I'm kind of running them in a little bit. I mean, they sound good. They're real nice and quiet. But what it is, if you can see in there, on the end of the shaft, right next to the housing, they have what best could be described as a harmonic balancer. And I had to open those holes up in the frame slightly to accommodate, and then figured I would run them in to actually kind of get the clearance. See, this one's still sticking now. This one here, and I may have to open it up some more. I'll let it run just a little bit longer. See if they can't just kind of melt that carbon fiber on their own, is what I kind of figured. They just wear themselves into the holes rather nicely. But they do seem rather quiet. And I figure worst come to worst, I'll run a battery through them and make sure they're good and kind of burn in. There ain't a whole lot of vibration on them at all, if any. I mean, very little. And they're torquey. I'll give them that much. And I am running on a 4S. At half throttle. So that should give me an indication whether or not they're going to really heat up real good. But I'm almost anxious here in a little bit to get out and see how they fly. I may just do that and put some props on and see what's what. Not too breezy outside, but we'll see how the day progresses. Yeah, see, this one's real nice now. And that's all it's going to take, is a little burning in and getting fitted for that frame is what it's going to take. And by the way, they are running really cool. It is about 90 out here right now to begin with. Matter of fact, I'll look at my phone, see. Uh, 83. Okay. Feels like 85, but close to 90. And like I said, I could barely feel. I can't feel any vibration through the battery onto my knee because I'm not holding it. It's just sitting there doing its thing. That would be in auto mode. Back in stabilized mode. That would be return to launch. All in all, I think they're going to be pretty good motors. Yeah, a little warmth in them, but that'll go away when the props are on them. But they're starting to turn real good now. You can see they're all kind of starting to stop it at the same time. And what I had to do was take a 3/8" drill bit and kind of punch that center hole out slightly. And I thought that was a bearing collar. At first, I didn't know that it spun with the shaft, but it connected to the shaft by a grub screw. And the only thing I could think of why there would be something there like that would be that it's sort of like a harmonic balancer on a Chevy engine. I can tell you right now, these things, they do run smooth. Now, I don't know whether I have the right direction going on anything. I just hooked all the ESCs up the same way. That's my radio. And let's disarm now. Very little warmth, and that's without props. Yeah, they're just barely warm to the touch, and they ran 8 minutes. So I think I'm gonna get props on this thing and see what kind of damage I can do. Okay, let's run a props on test. About half throttle, and let's show the timer on it. Again, they're really nice and quiet. Not a lot of vibration. About half throttle. Timer's going. I'm holding it lightly unless it decides to do something out of the ordinary. But we should be able to get a good idea with the raw log. Sinking a little bit. In case you're wondering, no, I'm not holding it up. It's pretty much holding itself up. Motors run extremely quiet. Approaching 3 minutes. but they are really nice and quiet. Got to check out why that's doing that in loiter. Approaching 4 minutes. Right about 5 minutes. And right about 7.5 minutes, that ought to be plenty. Let's take it down, disarm it, and we are disarmed. Battery's a little warm, motor's just slightly warm. Slightly, I'm impressed. This one's just absolutely cool. This one, moderate. This one a little more, it may have a little more drag. ESCs. That one's a little warm. The alarm on the radio going off. I don't know, I think this is going to work out pretty good. And I'll get inside here in a second and check the battery and see what all the running actually cost me on this 4-cell, because my LiPo alarm wasn't going off. and that was almost an 8-minute run, and combine that with about a 6 or 7-minute run without props. So the first time I run them was without props, and that was every bit at almost 8 minutes. And do a LiPo balance charge. Didn't drop it down much. 8 minutes of running time, still had 15 volts, a little over 15 volts in it. That's frickin' impressive.